Hi, I'm Marc, and on this channel I talk about Brexit and UK politics, and today a topic nobody has expected, I guess. But a report by the British Beauty Council and global economic forecaster Oxford Economics has shed light on the adverse effects of Brexit on the UK beauty market. Even can't pronounce that anymore. But notably, it has caused a decrease of £800 million in the beauty industry's exports to the EU. And the loss has been blamed on customs delays and higher costs in trading. The report reveals that in 2022, the personal care sector contributed £24.5 billion to the nation's GDP while supporting approximately 550,000 jobs. However, UK exports of personal care products have been decreasing in recent years, whereas it was rising in 2010 and 2016 at an average annual rate of 3.1 and 5.3% respectively. And these findings should make the government blush. Increased red tape from their shambolic Brexit deal means fewer opportunities and lost income for UK businesses. That's at least the comments of Tamara Kinchik, founder CEO at Fashion Roundtable and member of the cross-party UK Trade and Business Commission. The government must not gloss over the issue. I like these wordplays. The message from the UK beauty industry is clear. Reducing checks through beneficial regulatory alignment with our largest market is the foundation to increasing much-needed trade. How she put in so many of those is a miracle. The beauty industry has faced several challenges, including heightened trade barriers and a scarcity of skilled labor due to changes in migration laws, outlines the commissioned report. And trade barriers have emerged in the form of administrative complexities and, of course, additional paperwork. And these processes have contributed to the industry's unfamiliarity with the new trade formats, particularly impacting Ireland and Northern Ireland. Moreover, compliance costs have increased due to novel packaging and labeling regulations. And 49% of UK exporters encountered difficulties adapting to the trade changes brought about by the UK-EU trade deal, according to a British Chambers of Commerce survey. And this aligns with the opinions of industry experts who express that Brexit has caused delays for personal care businesses. And furthermore, the report flags that trade barriers as a result of Brexit have disproportionately harmed smaller businesses, which constitute the majority of the personal care sector. Brexit had a detrimental effect on UK businesses, including escalating costs and amplified bureaucracy, which smaller enterprises lacking the requisite resources have struggled to navigate, outlines research by the British Chamber of Commerce. Additionally, Brexit has led to a skills shortage, particularly affecting the personal care industry that relied on EU workers who can no longer meet the new visa requirements, according to the commissioned report, or they don't want to pay for those visas. Analysis by Oxford Economics finds that in 2022, 59% of full-time employees in the personal care industry earn less than the skilled worker visa earnings threshold, in contrast to 33% of all UK employees. And regarding EU-UK trade, the report suggests that UK exports of personal care products to the EU market showed a weaker performance compared to other markets. Although it is difficult to pinpoint Brexit as the sole cause of trade challenges amid COVID-19 and changing data collection methods, the change in export performance implies very sincerely that Brexit points to the case, underscores the report. And Oxford Economics data evidences the heavy dependency of Britain's personal care industry on exports to the EU market. But elsewhere, attempts are being made to either partially slow down the consequences of Brexit or to find a way to work together in the future. And now construction has begun on the first direct electricity connection between Europe's two largest economies. That's the United Kingdom and Germany. The Neuconnect interconnector will run from a substation in the network of the transmission system operator TenneT near Fedderwarden on the German North Sea coast to the Isle of Grain in the Medway district in southern England. The cable will be one of the longest of its kind in the world. 706 of the total 725 kilometers of pipeline will run under the sea through British, Dutch and German waters. The rest will be laid underground on land using a special tunneling process. The interconnector will have a capacity of 1.4 gigawatts and a direct current voltage of 525 kilovolts. The total cost will amount to around 2.8 billion euros, and the first electricity is expected to flow in 2028. The project is one of a whole series of high voltage interconnections that are currently being built between different European countries. And the reason for this real boom is, on the one hand, the expansion of renewable energies, in particularly geographically concentrated offshore wind power. And on the other hand, behind this lies the desire for security of supply, triggered by the shocks caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The UK is already connected to Ireland, France, the Netherlands, Belgium, and since 2021 to Norway via the 1.4 gigawatts North Sea connection. Germany has connections to its immediate neighbors as well as underwater pipelines to Norway and Sweden. With the construction of new offshore wind farms in Northern Europe, infrastructure expansion is also becoming increasingly important there. So far, the systems have usually only been connected to the power grid of the country in whose territory they are located. However, concepts such as energy islands and multi-purpose interconnectors, or you might say link, promise to connect markets. And this would make trade much easier and increase the security of supply and enable more efficient use of renewable energies. NeuConnect is also intended to help make optimal use of the growing offshore wind capacities on the German and British electricity markets. And both countries have ambitious goals. Germany wants to install offshore wind turbines with a capacity of 30 gigawatts by 2030, and the UK is aiming for 50 gigawatts. At the end of 2022, according to the International Renewable Energy Agency, they reached 8.1 gigawatts and 13.8 gigawatts respectively. And this makes them currently the two largest markets in Europe. In Germany in particular, additional flexibility is required with offshore expansion. On the one hand, there is a lack of transmission capacity to transport wind power from the north to the south of the country. And the Südlink project is intended to provide a remedy here and will route up to 4 gigawatts of electricity to Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg. However, since Germany's northern neighbors, Denmark and Norway, produce abundant electricity from wind and hydropower, Germany, on the other hand, will need additional flexibility as it expands its offshore capacity, hence projects like NeuConnect now. Both Germany and the United Kingdom are already heavily dependent on wind power. It is the most important source of renewable energy in both countries, with the onshore sector dominating in Germany and the offshore sector in the United Kingdom. However, the electricity systems differ when it comes to fossil energy sources. In both countries, electricity generation from nuclear power has recently declined. In Germany, we have none left. However, the United Kingdom continues to support the technology, and Germany shut down its last 3 nuclear power plants in April 23, which was a major mistake. The United Kingdom has also almost completely stopped coal-fired power generation, while in Germany this initially increased since Russia invaded Ukraine and the end of Russian gas imports, and continues to play an important role despite losses in the summer. Nevertheless, renewables are growing in both markets, especially wind and solar energy. In 2022, Germany was able to generate 45.9% of its electricity from sustainable sources, including hydropower, and the United Kingdom 42.7%. And interconnectors could help to further increase this share in the future, because they promote the diversity of energy sources on the markets by linking them with one another. For both countries to achieve their net zero target by 2050, renewable generation must continue to increase. And to make best use of this, flexibilities are required in all forms, including energy storage, interstate transmission, demand management, and such interconnectors. In the long term, a so-called offshore super network is to be created in the North Sea. And for this purpose, a flexible transmission infrastructure should be built. And this is intended to make ever larger amounts of renewable energy efficiently available to various markets. The direct connection between the two largest European economies is therefore an important step. And if you want to know more, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.